This one's a classic. A little candy corn in October. Who could resist? If you go down this road, past the old mill, you'll see a little gray house sitting up on the hill. The windows are shattered. The door hangs half off its frame. The front yard is nothing but tall weeds. The backyard the same. The chimneys crumbled into red dust. And the only tree in the yard twisted, blackened, dead. They say that house once belonged to Ichabod and Emma-Jean Corn. They went mad soon after their daughter was born. It was late October, a dark and stormy night. Emma-Jean screamed as lightning struck the oak outside and at the stroke of midnight. Candace Corn took her first breath. At first, life seemed normal, if you don't count the black cats that began gathering under their windows. At first, there were just a few. Then a few more. Eventually, 13 in total, circling little Candace whenever she went out to play. Her first day of school was a disaster. The kids teased her name, laughed at her bright orange dress. But the worst of them all was a boy named Paul. He led the chant, "Nobody likes candy corn. Nobody at all." That night, Paul's house burned to the ground. His family barely escaped alive. They moved away soon after. And though no one could prove it, everyone wondered if little Candace had something to do with it. Years passed. When Candace turned 13, her father was committed and never seen again. Her mother grew unstable, laughing at nothing, crying at shadows. And Candace? She just smiled, sweetly, innocently. The townsfolk whispered, "She's the reason they went mad." Even Mrs. McGrath, the math teachers, admitted, "Something about that girl unnerves me." Candace's drawings were strange, her stories darker still. But what could anyone really do? Then came her 22nd birthday. Her mother had been sent away by then, and Candace lived alone in that crumbling house. The townsfolk said she practiced strange rituals at night. Mr. Franklin swore he saw a green light glowing from her windows. Others reported strange visitors, figures in long coats and wide-brimmed hats. They said they only ever saw them leaving, never arriving. "I've got a bad feeling," said Mr. Clemens, flask in hand. "Those people ain't alive." Rumors turned to fear. Fear turned to anger. At Wilbur's Bar and Grill, the townsfolk met to decide what to do about Candace Corn. "We need proof she's up to no good," said Wilma Wood. "But how?" They drew straws, and the unlucky winner was Reverend Lemuel Bourne. "She's just a poor, misunderstood girl," he said confidently. "I'll go talk to her myself." The next morning he walked up that hill and knocked on her door. Once, twice. No one knows what happened inside that house, but when the Reverend came back, his hair had turned snow white. He left town that same day, and no one ever saw him again. Then, the hat-wearing figures began appearing in the streets. People locked their doors, peered through blinds, but the fear kept growing. "We have to drive her out," said Mr. Clark. So they did. 34 people marched up the hill that night. Black clouds gathered overhead. The wind howled like something alive. "Candy corn!" they shouted. "You're not welcome here anymore!" A rock flew through her window, and then came the scream. When the storm cleared, only 6 people made it back down the hill. The rest were gone. After that night, the town emptied. People left and never returned. No one spoke of what happened. No one dared, and that gray house still stands on the hill. Empty? Or so it seems? You're thinking about going up there? Be my guest, but if you value your sanity, your soul, and your flesh and bone, for mercy's sake, leave Candy Corn alone.